just the Alabama team.
And welcome to the Main Event Sports Show. We're here live on the Plug Network, 7 p.m. Thursday nights as usual. We got my man Joe Kelly sitting in with us. We got Reverend Rail and Rocky Rashawn Myers on their way. They were out on a special assignment, so they're heading in a few minutes late, wrapping up a few things. And Haven was on location at the UofL and Ole Miss game, so he is still down in Atlanta crying his eyes out. We're waiting on him to get back in town. But in the meantime, Mr. Kelly.
Sir.
What says thou about this game? Man, listen, fans, we know how you all feel. It was all predicted, but the hope was still there that something else different was going to happen.
And I think a lot of us got lulled into the problem that is playing the 8 p.m. Monday night game, that everybody sat around all weekend, watched everybody else play, and started thinking, hypothetically, we might be able to upset some folks. I don't think we will.
Upset, no. But win some games, I think we still can. But just focusing on this game, a lot of people talked about the O-line, the D-line, the play of Mikal Cunningham, the play of the running backs. I focused a lot last week on the special teams, on the safeties, the secondary, just talking about a lot of the things and a lot of the, things that had to be considered in order to make this game winnable. I tell you what I saw as a turning point in the game. There was a Ole Miss possession early in the first quarter where there was a quick 3 and out. And I said, uh-oh. That was a good defensive stand by Louisville. But I said the offense has to come right back on the field. They'd only been off the field for a short minute. I said, fatigue is about to set in.
And that's what I've been going at all preseason. Looking back on last season's team, I really think our defense was better than the numbers indicate. I just think they were on the field 2/3 of the time. And I've said about Louisville for a long time, I typically am comfortable with their top 22 starters.
Right.
It's the rest of the depth chart behind them, and that comes into a huge factor. That's why you see them get mauled in the ball games against middle-tier SEC programs.
Depth.
Because they got the bodies, they can hit you with it. I'm confused why this coaching staff, why Satterfield in particular, oversold what he had so hard. Talking about he had 8 or 9 guys on the offensive line he felt comfortable rotating in. The offensive line didn't really change much when he did rotate guys around.
No, I agree with that, but it's kind of a coach's...
He claimed that we have a wide receiver that runs like a 4.2 40 that I got to argue he'd probably be on the track team if this were true.
Right, but it's kind of their job to sell that. It's kind of their job to say those type of things. I mean, you're not going to expect them to come out there and say, yeah, we suck just like we did last year.
But he said it's the best offensive line unit I've ever seen in my coaching career. Why?
That might be true. That might be true. I mean, again, let's look at where he came from. Let's look at what he's had since he's been here. This may be the best line he's seen since he's been a coach.
You know what I'd like to do? And I'm going to talk to some buddies of mine that really go stat nerd on UofL statistics. I want to know the portion of big plays in year one were run off Mekhi Becton's side. I want to know. Because the offensive line has looked completely different. The offense has looked completely different since Mekhi has left.
Well, as they say, so-and-so is not walking through that door. Mm-hmm. Mekhi's not coming back. Tutu's not coming back. We have a lot of players that were, more dependable during his first tenure, the first year of his tenure, second year of his tenure, that are not here anymore. The question is, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do to fix these problems that we, again, have known about since Petrino's years? We've known about these problems that we've just sit on. There are rules now in place where you can start putting money behind these players.
And not just that, we also live in an era of the transfer portal. And okay, so I took issue with his comment about Malik at halftime, not because he made the statement that I think we all agree on, that Malik wasn't making the proper checkdowns. But the problem is, this is the third year in his offense. So one of two things has to be true here. You've either failed to coach him up and teaching the proper reads, or why haven't you replaced him in 3 years? Because you can get a guy who can come in on a Tuesday and be eligible on Saturday now.
Well, because everybody has the Lamar Jackson hangover. And that's my personal opinion. Because he is the most reminiscent of Lamar Jackson than anybody else on that roster. And that's why he keeps playing. Some people might say I'm wrong, but there are a lot of people who agree with that.
No, and you know what? Lamar may have to be looking a little bit like Mikhail now, because I don't know if you saw, but all his running backs are gone. So it's going to be like that moment in the game, Monday night that says leads team in receiving stats, rushing yards, and passing
But
yards.
the thing is, he can do it. he has done it, and everybody knows that he can do it. He again, when we last week, I believe it was either Haven or Rel that made the comment that he was baby Lamar Jackson. And I said, yeah, baby Lamar Jackson, that's a huge difference between being baby Lamar Jackson and Lamar Jackson. Huge difference. You know what I'm saying? So there's still a lot more that we can focus on, and we'll get to some more of this stuff in the next segment. I think we got Reverend Rel and Rocky in the building. Like I said, they were away on special assignment. We're going to wrap up this segment, and when we come back from the break, they will be in joining us. Stay plugged in. And welcome back to the Main Event Sports Show live on the Plug Network. We got Rocky in the building. Pretty boy. We got Reverend Rel. Who in the hell left the gate open?
I don't know, but I'm fitting to walk through it.
And we still got our main man, Joe Kelly, sitting in for Haven Double H Harrington. Folks, they are who they thought we were. No, I don't fuck it up. I messed it up. My bad. They are who we thought they were.
Listen. Let me go. I'm gonna say this. At this point in time,
Stall him out, Debo.
it is a problem with Coach Sad as Hell getting his team.
Sad as hell. Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Getting his team to respect him as a coach. It is a serious problem when your quarterback leads you in receiving, rushing, and passing yards, and your receivers don't even get the ball. He has no trust in his team whatsoever.
Did you say the quarterback led the team in receiving?
Yes.
So you didn't see that? You must have fallen asleep.
I had fell asleep by then.
They put it on the.
Sad enough,
the
he leads
Yeah.
the team in receiving yards.
I text-
and he passes the ball. He throws the ball to himself.
Look, I texted Rel and Haven. I said, Louisville probably won't score until late in the fourth quarter, and that'll be when Ole Miss clears their bench. And then I fell asleep. And I woke up. I was actually surprised to see Louisville's final score.
Outscored him in the second half.
Yeah, Louis, but did they clear the bench in the second half?
No.
Again, I wasn't watching.
No, they kept their starters.
They just kept their start. I guess they just kind of pulled back. I don't know.
The thing of it is, when you look at it, they outplayed Louisville in every aspect of the game. Offensively, defensively, special teams. They manhandled them like they were male high school playing against a college team.
Okay, so a quick question, and I'll pose it to all three of you. Did you not expect that, though? Or were you just sold by the hype? Because I expected exactly what happened. I said so. I said as much.
I will put it like this. I hope for better. But this is the thing that we have noticed. If you guys really think back to it, you think back to the Notre Dame game, year one. You think back to the Miami game, first game, year two. And this game, first game, year three. Louisville played the same game all 3 years, exactly to the T, literally, of the passive defense, keeping your corners back, trying to not get beat over the top so you just get killed on short slants over and over and over. A run game where a team is stacking the box 8, 9 deep and a coach refusing to adjust his game plan and trying to just bull forward. The thing that I have an issue with.
He said it's just his game. What game plan? Right. I don't have a game plan.
This is the situation. I feel that Satterfield
didn't say
found some success in year one. Okay, and he had an interesting scheme coming from Appalachian State. They were 8-5, but the problem is this: he hasn't, in my opinion, fellas, I don't think he's grown as a play caller. It's like he's trying to force the issue to prove that his way can work and he doesn't have to change and adjust now that he's been scouted. I don't care, and this is why I told Rel, unless you are running behind the Dallas Cowboys circa 1992 offensive line, I don't give a dang who you have. You're not running on a 9-man front. And the fact that Louisville, that whole first half, Malik Cunningham was 2 of 5 passing in the first half. 5 passing attempts, while Ole Miss kept 8 to 9 players in the box the whole first half. That's unexcusable.
That's been my thing with him since year one. Even when he was winning games, the guy has one game plan. Like, I disagree with everybody who says he doesn't. What plan? He doesn't have one. No, he has one and only one. He doesn't have a backup. He doesn't deviate. Like I told Rel, I cook for a living. So to me, the way you gauge a chef, anybody can go to the grocery store and get their own ingredients, right? The true challenge is when I tell you guys, y'all do the shopping, bring it to me and surprise me.
Right.
That's a coach is the same way. A coach can take any group of guys and say, we have to adjust what we want to do until we get guys that are capable of doing that in here. Here's what we have to do with this roster we've got. And it hasn't translated.
But you know why it hasn't translated? It hasn't translated
Because the scheme's broke.
It ain't even the fact that the scheme's broke. He has lost the trust of his players.
Well, I can easily say that that's very true. We don't want to keep harping on it, but his decision making, just the way he carries himself. At least I'll give Coach Mack this. And we were talking about it pre-show about a lot of the social, issues that have been on the surface here in Louisville for the past couple of years. Coach Mack got out there on the front with his players. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about those are the type of things that will make your players run through a wall for you. Satterfield was silent. Satterfield was silent. And not just that, again, and this is what Joe was bringing up, even through all of that. And I've been saying this, for a while now, through a pandemic, one of the most uncertain times in the history of the world, and with all that was going on in the city in terms of social injustice and, not trying to tap into the emotion of your players and see where they're at, where their heads are, you try to flee, you know what I'm saying, go and get a job somewhere else. I'm not going to stop talking about it. People say, oh, that's get over it. No. I don't think the man deserves to be here. I didn't think he should have been here in the first place. Everybody knows that I never stood behind the hiring of Satterfield.
Well, the way I look at it, Satterfield was the top candidate.
No, he wasn't.
For Louisville.
No.
He was the guy at the top of their list.
Of their list.
Yeah. And he was a guy who's respected, in college football circles. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I think he's a good coach, but the unfortunate thing that I'm starting to see.
That is unfortunate that you believe that.
Starting with the way he handled things over last summer, is that I don't know if he's made for big time football. And that is
exactly what I was saying before you got here, man.
I mean, I don't know, and it's still early. Like that, I've been listening to sports radio.
No. Your third season is not still early. I'm sorry. Are you talking about in this season or in his time here?
Like I've been listening to sports radio all week, and people are like, "Fire this dude who's going to be the next guy in this game one." I'm never going to make pronouncements about a season on game one. One game into a football season is literally the worst indicator of a team's success for a season in college football.
It depends, Rock.
Okay.
It depends.
So let me ask you something.
There are
Rock.
very large swings.
It depends. Let
me ask you something, Rock. So if they go out this Saturday and get destroyed by Eastern Kentucky.
Oh, God.
Which is,
I didn't say the second game. I said the first game.
That's the Division II opponent.
I'm just saying.
He said after the second game, you need to fire him.
Which is possibly what can happen.
No, absolutely not. Louisville win that game by 50.
I can't say
Crackthorpe
absolutely
beat it.
not.
Crackthorpe beat.
I can't say absolutely.
It may have been Murray State 73-10.
Well, he better be glad that they better be glad Western's not on the schedule this year. That's all I'm going to say. My Hilltoppers went out last Friday and showed their behinds.
Okay.
I'm here to tell you, boy, they leaned over and patted them to the whole country. Look right here.
No,
look.
They look good.
Since we talking about that, let's give a shout out to the top dogs of the Coastal Division of the ACC. My Virginia Tech Hokies. They went out and did their thing.
Until basketball season.
Master.
Then he'll be on swinging on North Carolina's
I'm
strap.
a Tar Heel fan.
Virginia Tech got the biggest win of the whole conference.
Yeah.
Everybody else lost.
But we just gonna roll.
other-
We had the weakest win.
But-
So we just
But no,
so
I'll
we,
tell you who put the best showing out from the conference.
Who's that?
Florida State. I hate to admit it, but Mike
Yeah, they
Norvell
really
comes
did.
circles
Hey,
around
you
Brian.
know-
Really did.
And that's why I get at it. I was telling Rel this yesterday on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
When I juxtaposed the coaching job that he did Sunday night in that game against Notre Dame, that's a football coach, man. Because you know the old saying. I know you've heard it, Rashawn. You can lose and not lose your fan base, but you can't be boring.
Yeah.
And a team can rally and galvanize around a team. Look at that Preston Knowles team. Not to bring basketball into it, but you fall in love with them because they're every sports cliche, the gritty underdogs that don't quit. They're every coach speak.
so we just gonna roll over my health conference like that. That's it.
Yeah, we're not worried about
Just
it.
a couple
But
seconds.
I'm just saying, like, I've never seen.
You know,
Do you have any confidence going
Maybe
into a
little
game
system.
like Florida State went into against Notre Dame? Do you have any confidence that Satterfield can cook up a plan
Well,
like that?
my worry is this: is that Satterfield has the players. I think Louisville has them,
Negative, sir.
but I feel
Not in that conference.
I
I'm sorry,
feel
brother.
That the way he coaches and the way he prepares, he coaches scared. And
Right.
this is the thing that I've seen. I saw it against Miami. I saw it against Notre Dame. But when he came out against teams that he did not give that ultra respect to, Louisville came out and won those games.
There is
They
no
beat
room.
Virginia, who was leading the conference.
There
at the
is
time.
no room to coach scared.
No,
in
and
a
I'm
Division
not
I
defending him. I'm
football
just telling you that
conference.
that's what I
You
have.
have no scared room.
He gives
if
too much-
Either you're
In
going
a
to
Power
or
Five
get
conference.
off the pot. It's that simple.
Hey, it's
I'm
not
not-
just
I'm
that.
not
It's
defending
bigger
him.
than that. It's bigger than that because Louisville has some issues, man. Even if he's coached with all his might and all the confidence in the world, Louisville has some issues.
Oh, I don't disagree with that too, because I think he's been very intentional about. If you look at his team, look at the size of his players, look at the size of his linemen, look at the size of the guys he's getting. He is intentionally trying to keep his team as small as it was at App State. He's trying to recruit the same type linemen, the same type defensive linemen, the same type linebackers, smaller guys, because that's what he won with at App State.
And they
But
give up 569 yards.
it's a
and
bigger
43 points.
conference, okay? Like it's bigger physical teams. Like I appreciate wanting to have the whole Rudy, to have the little guy.
How's that work for
who
Navy?
can pull the
How did that
straps
work
up.
for Georgia Tech for years?
It's just.
So, but you still believe he's a good coach?
Well, I think.
For Division II.
Yeah, see,
I thought as
he's
a
a good
hire,
coach.
he was one of the best 4 or 5 young coaches in football.
Why go after a young,
He's
unproven
very
coach?
bright. I mean, I wouldn't say he's unproven. He was at the app for 7-8 years.
Oh, quit bringing up Appalachian State, dude.
I mean, every coach has to come from somewhere.
Dude,
Every coach,
the ones
I
we
mean,
get don't have to come from there.
Gus Malzahn came from high school. I
Gotcha.
mean, you have guys that come from all different levels.
Give me
It's
another
not.
one.
It's not about where you come from. It's what you take that made you a talented prospect and growing,
Gotcha.
getting better.
Gotcha.
It's like this
He's
is what I said on
getting
Twitter.
worse, though.
But see, that's I'm not
Dude, here's the
defending
thing.
him.
Here's
See,
the
because
thing.
you're speaking to me as if I'm defending him. I'm not defending. What I'm saying is he came in with a great jump shot, but did you add the handle? Did you start playing defense? Did you learn how to think the game? That's what he's not done.
Nah,
He's not grown as a coach.
the thing is, Rod, your perspective on what we deserve is just different from mine. Because you think he was the best coach in terms of the up and coming. Look, as I've said it, and I'll continue to say it, Louisville don't need to be going after the coaches that nobody else really would take. Louisville needs to start thinking like a Power 5 school that is trying
Like
to
I
be
said,
best
he was
in
one
the
of the 5 best coaches in the country.
Yeah,
That was
according to who?
I mean, according to everybody. I mean,
Everybody,
you don't pay attention to sports.
No. You might not think.
You
can say that.
Read the articles.
Wait.
You don't keep
I don't
up
pay
with all
attention to
this
sports.
stuff. This is what I do.
Wait.
So I
No,
can tell you
I'm gonna tell you what you do. You sit down and read a bunch of facts and figures
Mel Kiper.
that sound good, but when it comes down to the nuts and bolts of it, everything that I said last week came true.
Okay,
and
but
without having all of the
encyclopedias. Don't disrespect my knowledge of the game. Because that's what you do.
But your knowledge of the game is
Don't disrespect my
you
knowledge of the
disrespecting me because
I know for good. How much football do you watch compared to me? I probably
College?
watch more football in a week.
college.
Yes. How
Okay.
much do you
So
follow
say
college?
that. Don't say
Okay,
sports.
but see, that's not. This is
Don't say
college
sports.
football. When we talk about college
Don't
football,
say you don't know nothing about
We
sports
talking about a college
because I
football
don't.
team,
Okay,
Will.
I don't don't need to watch college football to have.
Who's the best candidate for a college job when you say you don't watch college football?
I don't need to watch college football to have common sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
I broke the game down last week.
Who did you say you wanted as your coach?
Listen. Mike Singletary. Mike Singletary.
This man wanted Mike Singletary, a man that has never coached a day in college football.
Got you.
He won a Super Bowl.
Thank you. Stop. But no, don't do that.
He did not win a Super Bowl.
Don't do that.
Super Bowl as a player.
Hold on.
Not as a coach.
Stop. Because here's the thing.
This is
you
my
can say
point.
everything that you said, but who was the closest to describing the outcome as it happened from last week? No. Hold on. You watch all this college football and shit, but you were the furthest from what actually happened.
But don't tell me.
So you brought all these facts and figures. I watch all this college football, but I got everything wrong.
That's called
Okay,
education.
you know what the hypothesis is? Hold on. You know what the hypothesis is? It's called an educated guess. So you brought in all that shit last week on paper and made the worst prediction out of everybody at the table.
But worst prediction? What was my prediction last week?
In terms of what was going to happen and this and that.
What did I say?
Well, I think Louisville might come out and they might do this and might do that, and I think that Louisville is going to make a show out and they might do better than people. Louisville was terrible, and I said it was going to be terrible. I said it was going to be down to the play of the quarterback, down to the play of the safeties, down to the play of the special teams, and I was right on every fucking subject. Without having any of that shit you had, and without watching college football, sitting on the toilet, and watching college football, peeking out the shower. I don't need to do all of that because I can tell you exactly what's going to happen just because of common sense. Because football is football.
No, college football and pro football are the same.
Really? They got the same players on the field. They got the same positions.
Having a pro coach.
Got you. They got the same positions on the field.
Saying that you think
they got the same positions on the field. They got the same positions on the field.
That doesn't work like
that. And I can tell you how it's going to turn out based on the way they've been playing. Dude, I don't have to watch Louisville going back to when they were Louisville Municipal College.
Don't tell me who the
just because I didn't watch Mortimer back when Mortimer Mouse was on TV. I didn't have to be there then. I didn't have to be there then when it was in black and white with leather helmets. That don't mean nothing. I can still tell you that these clowns are terrible.
Don't come to me.
I can tell you they're terrible.
Don't tell me. Don't ask me educated questions.
Dude, educated questions?
Yes.
I never asked you educated questions because you ain't educated.
I told you.
That's what I asked you educated questions for.
This man.
You come in with all that shit and all this stuff on paper and do with pen behind your ear and then make all them whack ass predictions.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay, tell me this.
All you can
tell me this. What out of the 5 games last week?
Yes.
How did you do in your predictions?
4-1.
So was I. So was I, Mister. So was I. No. My point is, you said I don't know shit about the game.
No,
the same outcome.
I said how much?
No. Wait a minute.
How much do you follow?
You told me I wasn't educated. You said you don't watch college. You said no. Hold on. No. Rewind and tape. He said you don't watch college football. You don't know nothing about college football.
Okay, but you're gonna tell me.
Hold on.
No. Hold on. I'm
excited. This is coming from the man that said Larry Bird was better than LeBron James. He said Larry Bird was better than LeBron James. Him right here.
Erroneous.
Him right here. Larry Bird disagrees with him. He's gonna tell me I'm better at this than you. What was your predictions like? 4-1. What were mine like? 4-1. I'll be damned.
4-1 because dang it, Florida State.
Now he gonna blame it on somebody else.
If Florida State comes, if they got the overtime. They got overtime. I would have went 5-1.
The only reason I was 4-1 is because Clemson couldn't get that foot out their ass and play better. So we can all make excuses. The only one I lost was Clemson.
Hey, listen, folks. We'll be right back. On the other side of this break, we'll continue this discussion from.
Hold on. Before we do that, hold on.
What happens when they let white people on?
Yeah. Before we do that, hold on. Let's Joe was trying to get a point.
I was just gonna say, hey, Haven, I'm sorry y'all let the Looney warned you, man. Y'all can't have too much fun or we'll come take it. You know, shit.
Hey, we'll be right back. Y'all stay plugged in.
And welcome back to Main Event Sports. This is your host, Rashawn Myers, being joined by the Angry Sports Crew.
You don't want to know why I'm mad? This is my 4th album. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to hear you say they
are who you thought they like me.
Hey, you know what? But everything that was set up here, outside of a couple of things, is absolutely true. No, I think 2 games, fellas.
2 games, then he's gone?
Well, 2 games is what his time frame left. He's going to beat Eastern Kentucky.
What if he doesn't?
If he doesn't, then it's one game.
I think he has to beat them by more than 20. I think if it's 17 or less.
I would agree with that.
I think if it's 17 or less, the fans
But-
are going to check out and say Central Florida gets him, Florida State gets him, and then he's gone.
EKU's going to be worn out in the second half. Louisville's going to score 40 points in the second half. I mean, it's just.
But
that's
Louisville might be
one.
one. See, here's the thing about football and what makes it so unique. And as they say, this is the reason why we play the game. Because you can never predict who's going to win just because they're bigger and stronger. Because strategy matters so much in football.
In the NFL.
Unless it's UofL being
NFL.
the smaller team.
Well, the thing about college
Right.
football-
No. That's true. But see, there's a team who can come in and be smaller than you, slower, but their strategy can just hit at your weaknesses and defeat you.
Well, I mean, Appalachian State went into the big house and
you
beat
know
Michigan.
what Louisville's weaknesses
So,
is?
you know.
Defense.
Exactly. So if somebody comes in prepared enough, even in EKU,
Played well.
I didn't. No, sir.
I thought the defense
You
played
thought
well.
they played
The
well,
run
putting up-
defense?
letting up
Especially
43
before-
points with 569 yards
Well,
of total offense.
I
They
thought-
played well.
I thought-
If that's playing well, then I hate to see
Well,
them play great.
you do understand that Ole Miss
savant.
averaged like 48
The savant
points a game
people.
last year, right? They were the #1 offense in the SEC, and everybody knew that game was going to be played in the 40s. Exactly how many points did you think Louisville was going to give up?
At least 30, and
No.
probably try. But guess what?
Against a team that runs a play every 15 seconds?
But guess what they're going to do this Saturday? They're going to give up another 40 points.
See, here's the thing, right?
Hey, we can put money on that right now.
Don't do it.
You ain't
Don't
got
do it.
no money, right?
We can put money. Well, you can drop whatever you want. Put your money where your mouth is, big boy.
Hey, look. How about this? Which
Hey,
credit
look.
card you want?
Look. I got Cash App side. Hold on, I ran into this dude down the street one time. I said, man, I ain't got no cash out. He said, I take everything. Speedy Rewards, Cash App side. I take it
Hey,
all.
look, and I promise you this. If I pull this out, we can go to any app on there you want to. We can go
Look.
to Vimo, Zelle,
Hey.
Cash
Listen.
App, PayPal, how you want it.
Look,
You
look,
make the
look.
call on that one. I will put any amount of money on that. But it is.
Where your money at? Tell
I
me
wouldn't
what
do
you
that.
want.
Let's just say Louisville wins.
What's
okay?
the
I'm
spread?
willing to
Have they
take
posted the
some
spread
free
yet?
It's like 30. It's like 28 points.
I bet Louisville won't cover.
I mean, I
They
don't know.
definitely ain't gonna cover.
I bet you they won't cover.
I
They
don't
probably
think it's
won't
going to be a
score
very close
17,
game.
to be
I mean,
honest.
even if it ends up
Satterfield gonna throw
24-17
them
at the
dink and
half,
dunk
Louisville's
points.
going to score 40 points in the second half. The thing about these Division II teams, man,
You
is
really
that
think they're gonna score
after
40
the starters
points?
get tired, it falls off of a cliff.
No, it does. It
It does, but
I'm
the same
telling
thing
you-
happened to Louisville.
I don't
I'm
think
telling
it's
you,
gonna
man,
happen with
I had
them.
this weird feeling coming off that game. It wasn't the fact that they lost.
I don't
it
think
was
it's
the
gonna
way
happen.
that they lost.
They were so exposed.
That, man, it's given me like PTSD to the Indiana State game a couple of years ago when we knew this is going to be a bad season.
That's a good call.
Listen.
Because that game was the most maddening
It's another
experience
3
I've
and
ever
9
had.
coming.
Saying,
Dude.
guys,
Listen.
It's another 3 and 9. Mark my words.
The barn door's open.
Well, the way I look at it is like this. Coach Sapp wants to point to the second half, say that we outscored them 24-17, which they scored it on every drive.
Because
in the
they
second
didn't
half,
need to score
which
no
they
more.
did.
They outscored them.
Okay, but see, the reason that
They
doesn't
didn't
fly-
let them score at all in the first half, so they didn't
Ole
care.
Miss didn't come out in the third quarter and prevent defense. Okay, it's not like they came out in the second half and didn't try. Okay, they went out there. Louisville moved the ball. They moved the ball the last possession of the first half, and what's his name? Hassan Hall drops a touchdown. He fumbles the ball away. But I mean, Louisville played very well once they finally adjusted. My issue is that it took them almost a full 2 quarters before they adjusted.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to wonder if that adjustment was more so of Louisville stepping up or Ole Miss kind of regressing
it's
because the
Louisville
game was in the
saying,
pocket.
They got 9 guys 5 feet off the line. Maybe I need to
I
pass.
think it
the
was
ball.
Ole Miss regressing.
That's what I think it was.
Here's my issue with that, man. And I'm really not trying to just be down on the coach this early in the year because I'm not one of those fans that says, I hate the coach, so I hope we lose every game. Like, I will cheer despite the I did it for Bobby Petrino, man. I can put my hatred for you away.
I like Bobby
Right.
Petrino.
You know,
I'm
if
sorry.
you're winning games.
Right.
I
don't know.
I don't
Bobby
know, man. I
won.
don't like the idea that this guy, for whatever reason, either he's not capable, not comfortable. He doesn't make sideline adjustments. He has to literally rally his troops in the locker room, get off the field.
If Louisville does not play better than what they did on Monday, they're going to lose to UCF.
oh yes,
Period.
badly.
UCF has got a good team.
Well, here's all I'm going to say.
So that's what it comes down to.
They're
You
gonna
can't-
lose a lot.
You can't be 1 and 2.
Let me tell you what I've seen happen
You
before.
can't be 1 and 2.
And this is not a football analogy because I don't know nothing about football. But I know that there's been the neighborhood bully. Everybody finally found out. Dude, all you got to do is run up to him and kick him in his ankle, and he's a rat.
Louisville ever really been
And then
bullied, though?
even no. But my
Louisville's
point
like
being,
the dude
but
who get pushed in the locker
compared to EKU, yeah, and based on what you're saying, but then everybody finds out. Even the puny kid that never comes outside wants to come out and get a piece of him now. Because even he know, dude, I can boost my rep up. If I go and kick him in the ankle and take off running, I know he can't catch me, he's too slow. Everybody done proved that. So now you have been so exposed that now everybody knows how to defeat you.
But you know what I see?
We'll see.
Here's my analogy when I think about Louisville. I think about Louisville, they have all the hype of a Greg Oden. Gonna be one of the best ever.
Oh,
You know,
brought up Greg Oden.
they gonna be one of the best ever.
Bad
They got a
knees.
great team.
We look 75.
They gonna be wonderful.
17.
They get drafted second overall. They
Went to the
come out-
championship. Don't forget. Went to the championship with Ohio State.
championship with Ohio State. Look good. Get in the pros and
Bad knees.
don't make a sound.
Bad knees.
After all the
Dude,
commentary,
Louisville.
it's no worry.
You know what happens when a team takes the field and they don't respect you and don't fear you? They beat you. And EKU, I doubt seriously they're going to come in here Saturday like worried about Louisville. Like, man, we don't know what we're going to do with them. They're going to come in here with a plan to destroy Louisville.
They coming in here with
to
the
make a
most
name for
confidence.
themselves.
We got to find out
We're gonna
who was
be-
more of the
'cause
real
you know who
Louisville.
they're
Was
trying
it
to
the
beat?
first- Was the first half team or the second half?
Do you know who they're trying to beat this weekend, EKU? Not Louisville. Y'all tell me, who they're trying to beat this weekend? The ACC. Do you know what that would mean to them? Oh, my gosh. Dude, they're going to come in
A
here.
victory over an ACC team for them.
Dude, they're going to come in here ready to go to war. And
And-
Louisville
and
is
if
still
you
licking
and
their
if you
wounds.
go back,
on a
if you
short
go
week.
back and you
Louisville
look
is
at
still licking their wounds
EKU
on a short
stats
week.
from their last game,
I agree with you.
you go back and look at their stats from their last game. They have a great running back. They have a decent quarterback who can give you 200 to 300 yards a game. He's very accurate with the ball, and he airs it out. The offensive line at EKU is pretty good. So, and they're big boys. So that small defensive line that sad as hell got.
Don't forget App State beat Michigan.
EKU ain't App State.
Okay. They're better than App State.
I'm not so
EKU
like.
is improved.
I'm not so like off the Satterfield boat that I'm really going to entertain.
The
I get what you're
possibility,
saying.
though.
The possibility, yes, but I don't. I think
But he's
it
not.
is so
He's saying the
hard.
possibility ain't even
no,
there.
it's always on the table. It is always. I've been doing this too long to know never say never.
Right.
It's on the table, but I keep
Y'all
going
see-
to the point differential, and if it's anything under 20, I'm not happy. I'm not impressed, and I'm looking at this is going to be a really bad year.
I mean,
I'm then going
y'all
back to the.
will
ca-
see.
to- I'm going to go back to the schedule with my black marker and start really thinking about
Oh,
where the
gosh.
W's are coming now.
Y'all will see.
Now, if you start the season 0-2, you may go 0-12.
Because
If
a
you-
lot of things that people are not talking about is what is he saying in that locker room? What
How's
is
he
he
keeping them
saying?
together?
What is because once you lose the locker room, it's done. We've started having under Petrino. It's done. What is he saying to
He
his
has
players after
all-
this game? After
He
this
has
game.
already lost his locker room.
Well, we can only speculate on that. But what is he
He's
saying to the
won
players?
games. He's not losing
but
his locker room after
Hold
one game.
tight.
That's-
He lost
that's
him last
complete-
year.
That's complete hype.
Rock, he has a
He
lot to
lost
make
him
up for
last
from
year.
last season
That's complete
because of all of the mistakes he made that we just
I mean,
discussed.
last year had a lot more to do with the shutdown and everything else.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about.
coaching-
I'm not talking about that record. I'm talking about his actions.
But we
last
also
season.
don't know how the players felt about him. dipping
That's
out
what
on
I'm
South
saying.
Carolina.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, that, yeah. Well, I
That
mean,
could have felt
that's
like
what
if
I'm
this
talking
guy
about.
came in
well,
here, loved on us.
between how he handled last summer as well as the fact that he went behind his boss's back to try to take the South Carolina job.
Oh, that's it?
There still may be.
Come on, Rock.
There still may be some.
There is no
repressed
still maybe.
stuff.
There is some
But
still
I-
repressed stuff.
The thing I know about athletes, the athletes want to win. Okay.
Sure.
And they're gonna put their heart and soul into going out there and winning. And that Louisville team by Petrino's last year still had all the fight and heart in the world until they went out there and got embarrassed on Friday night, on Halloween night versus Georgia Tech. And when Georgia Tech took their soul, that team packed it in because they were done. They didn't have anything else to fight for. This Louisville team, they haven't lost the locker room. These dudes are out there believing that they still have an opportunity to
That can
fulfill
only that's an
every-
assumption on both ends, Rock.
it's not an assumption. I mean, to play at this level, brother, trust me, especially
And also,
new
let's
year,
again something I talked about earlier. If they really were unhappy,
These guys
I
are
have to
going
think
hard.
these guys would take advantage of the transfer portal. We're in a different era, man. You don't have to sit out a year.
Hey,
when
I
you-
get
no,
it.
I mean,
I get it.
Satterfield, their whole thing is about that togetherness, that bonding, all that stuff. So that to me, I don't worry about with this team. With Petrino, the guys didn't even know where Petrino's office was. They didn't spend time together. They didn't do the team build. They didn't do any of that.
Do you think it's
I'm
fair
not
to
worried
say,
about them losing it?
both with fan base, both with the players, everything, Satterfield's in show me mode. Like, you got to show us something. Dude.
Yeah.
You got to give us
He
some
built this
reason
roster.
to defend.
He's putting together the game
This is
plan.
year
It's on
3.
you.
This is year 3. If you're not happy with your quarterback, why haven't you replaced him?
Whoa, straight up.
Whether he goes 1-2 or 0-3, he's done in Louisville this year.
Dude, here's the thing.
3 and 1 and 2. He needs to be 2 and 1.
His recruiting is terrible. Nobody's saying anything about that.
His
It's
coaching
awful.
is terrible.
So, but he's not bringing the best of the best players here. He's not bringing what we need. He can't even go out and replace the
Because-
positions that we need, right?
Will-
Come on, man.
No, I don't
Will, you know why he's not bringing them?
Because he can't. He's not a recruiter.
Not only that, even the fact, most players who actually watch this,
What?
they seen that he
Well,
went
the thing is,
outside of his own team.
Dude,
so most players
why
are
would they
like,
wanna come
well,
here?
he's
The
not
thing
even
about
solid.
Because a lot of people,
He's
here's the thing, Rob. A lot of people don't expect him to be here after this year. There's probably some players that think either he's going to try to leave again or the school's going to get rid of him.
I mean, that's fair. And I think as far as that recruiting, I have heard specifically that Satterfield went, and there were some higher rated players that wanted to come here, and Satterfield opted for the lesser talented guys because he's
Please
like,
explain.
He's a bumbling bird brain.
And here's
I
the
don't.
thing.
There's no way you can convince me that that's
Yes,
true.
yes,
Are you
absolutely,
serious?
with
And-
multiple.
And he's still your
He's a
man.
bumbling
Because-
bird brain.
because-
And he's still your man.
Like I
Will,
said.
his reasoning is that I identified them as fitting my system. That's his rationale.
Basically, he likes
and what terrifies
underdogs.
me is that he doesn't recruit Florida, and we're going to lose a 30-year pipeline we've had. Even
That's fair.
Craig Thorpe's dumbass
Hey,
is smart enough to
so-
know don't mess with Dade County.
Right.
In this last minute, because that's about all it needs to have. Like to switch gears, University of Kentucky beat UL Monroe. They put up the most passing yards.
Congratulations.
in the
Next
first-
topic.
In the first week. Does that really matter?
No.
Or it's all about Missouri. this
Missouri.
If they
Yeah.
beat Missouri this week, then they'll show me something.
weekend? Okay.
All right. Next topic.
Hey, congratulations, Kentucky.
Yeah, I said it already. Congratulations.
This man.
Thank you for my diploma.
He hates Kentucky. Hey, but right now.
Now what?
They were rated as the fourth or fifth best team in the SEC right now.
Wrap it up, B.
Overall, I mean, it's impressive.
They're the fourth best team in there.
So
Yeah.
check this. When we get back, we're going to start to turn to the NFL, start to break some of those things down, as well as get to our world famous pick segment with our celebrity guest picker, Mr. Joe Kelly here. Check this out. You are listening to the Plug Network. Rashawn, Will,
Joe.
The Imperial One Real Rail.
the Imperial Real Rail. We'll be back. Stay plugged in, y'all. And welcome back into the Main Event Sports Show. Fellas, NFL tonight.
The NFL.
It's going down
The No Fun League, baby.
on, what is that, NBC tonight?
Yeah.
NBC
Yeah.
tonight.
Thursday
we
night
have
football.
820.
Thursday night football.
Bucks, Cowboys. The defending world champion Buccaneers. I still can't believe it. I thought the Buccaneers were going to lose every round in the playoffs, and they just tripped and fell all the way to a championship.
To say that Tom Brady,
Crazy.
showed who was really the person behind the
Aaron
success
Rodgers, what are you doing?
in New England, Belichick, Brady won his first year in Tampa Bay.
So Tampa Bay, they said, is the first team in the salary cap era. If I get this
I
right,
know where you're going
the
with
first
this.
team in the salary cap era to bring back all 22 starters.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's a crazy stat.
That's a smart thing. Like I've always wondered why teams feel like it is so necessary. Even if you make it to the championship and lose, we got to blow the team up.
Well, because some guys took some pay cuts to make that happen.
Well, no, I understand that. I do understand that. But at the same time,
There's some under the table cash getting
No.
that TB12.
there are teams who even win the championships, a la the Los Angeles Lakers, and then still feel like it. They feel like moves have to be made. San Antonio, Greg Popovich was one of the NBA coaches who often said, we ain't getting nobody this season. Well, who we need? We won a championship. Get somebody for what? I mean, they would
We
get
just
some
gonna draft
a few people
and leave it at that.
and leave it at that. But most people, and I don't think if this is something that makes GMs feel like they're earning their money,
right.
like they have to do something.
Right.
No, you don't.
I've never seen it before.
Can we talk about something about Tom Brady that I hate the point that I've arrived with him where I just respect the hell out of him.
What can you do
I'm
though?
starting to think like, man, maybe he is also. Do y'all watch The Shop with LeBron?
I've watched a few episodes of it.
Go
Yeah, yeah.
watch the episode with Tom Brady and see how charismatic this dude is. You can put him anywhere and he fits in, which is that to me, that's your locker room guy. And it shows 20 years of being in a locker room with all walks of life. I mean, this dude was out there bragging about, before I retire, I'm pulling a Marshawn Lynch, and I'm going to tell y'all, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Man.
He's like, but I got to protect the brand until I retire. But that's going to be my retirement. I'm just going to be like, I'm out. F y'all.
I mean, it's crazy. This dude is.
And I think that
he's gonna
speaks
be,
to
what,
him getting
44 this
22,
year?
21 other guys on the same page to say, hey, let's bring the band back
And
together.
I tell you what, if he does win another Super Bowl this year, I think he walks off like that into the sunset.
I think he's going to play until he just raptures into the heavens. Like, I seriously think
How old is he?
44. He's just going to throw a touchdown and he's going to do this one. That was for you, God. And then the Lord's going to take him. And it's just that was Tom's time to go.
Take me.
Yeah, and he's just going to flow, and there will be a choir of Victoria's Secret angels singing.
I hear
it
Take These
shows,
Broken
though.
Wings for some reason. That's the song I hear playing.
Yes, sir.
It shows
Take
that
These broken
shows them-
wings.
And then it's like R.I.P. Tom tribute. It's like, man.
he's definitely a great quarterback.
Him and Phil
There's
Jackson.
nothing from him.
So,
I'm sorry.
and I asked all that to say, are they the favorites this year?
I ain't
Oh,
betting.
I thought you were talking about tonight. I was like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But
The
no, you
biggest
talking about for the
point spread
year.
in the first week is actually the Cowboys at the Bucks.
And I'm going to say this. We're going to surprise a lot of people.
Wait, hold on. I forgot. You're a Cowboy fan.
Definitely.
So I'm saying the Cowboys are going to win tonight. So.
We're definitely going to surprise a lot of people.
No, but are you going to win?
Yes.
Okay.
Every year.
They're going to surprise every year. Yeah, since 1994. Every
That's
year.
all right. Watch.
Oh, yeah.
I hear you.
I'm not betting against Tom Brady or LeBron James until I see the proof of it on the court, because I know you're a LeBron hater. But the fact is,
No.
LeBron James.
It's the
at this
difference
stage of
between
his
being a
career,
LeBron hater and hating LeBron.
He's a LeBron denier.
No, he hates LeBron.
don't
He doesn't
hate him.
hate on him. He hates him. It's a huge
How do I
difference.
say this man is one top 5 all time and I hate him?
See, you're a hater, but you
all
can
of
hate somebody. He hates
They're
him.
always in.
He
it.
despises
They're always in.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, in a one-game sample, Tom Brady is the quarterback that I want before, and I've seen the Montanas and the Elways and all of them. But that being said, I am not on the bandwagon for the Bucks.
It's really hard to repeat in the NFL too.
It's
it
very
hasn't
hard.
happened in a long time.
I don't know
but
when
you
it
brought
has
back
happened.
all 22 players.
I mean, it happened.
The
like,
Bills went to the
Bills-
Super Bowl
when you brought
4 years in a row.
all 22 players.
I want to say it was the
It's
Patriots
not too
in
hard to
93 and
do.
94, or 03 and 04.
Yeah, I think they got
They
back.
did.
They were the first since Dallas.
Yeah.
Back to back.
I think it was 02 and 03 or 03 and 04. They went back to back. They won 2 years in a row.
What year was that your boy Tyreek caught the head?
Wait, did the Rams
catch
go
on
back
the
to
helmet?
back?
They did not. They made it to the
then
Super
they
Bowl
lost.
and
They
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 lost.
became 18-1 that year.
Yeah.
The
Like
wild
Seattle.
Thing, the other thing
Tyreek
about
caught that one
Brady's
catch
career that's so
off the
wild
helmet.
is that
That
you
was
really
hard.
can't make an argument against him being the GOAT, because we got to see that fantasy football year where he had Randy Moss running the fly route and throwing his arm out.
Wow.
We've seen him do it with a bunch of guys that look like they hang out at my family reunion.
Hey, he's done
Like,
it all
we've
kinds of
seen,
different
Dude,
we've seen
he
him
brought back
with everybody.
Adrian Brown. I mean, not Adrian Brown. I'm sorry, Adrian. AB. What's his? I keep on saying
Brown.
Antonio
He won
Brown.
Antonio Brown.
He brought Antonio Brown back.
crazy.
He brought
Gronk back.
from doing
Hey, Deion Branch was like
Nickelodeon
Jerry Rice
shows.
a little bit,
He was all playing in slime and came back to win a
How
championship.
salty would you be if you were like one of the Patriots that he didn't call, like
Right.
checking your phone every 20
Like,
minutes?
really?
Like, Tom, man, we go to Derby every year. Remember?
Yeah, that's
I made it rain.
Dude.
Oh, hey, and
Tom
I do
Brady
wanna
brought
say
back Joe Brown.
While we're talking about the Patriots, man, shout out to David Patton. He died in a motorcycle accident a couple days ago. Former wide receiver for the Patriots when they won their first set of championships.
Oh, very sorry to hear that.
So
On the other
hated
side,
to
of
hear
wasn't
that.
Deion Branch on that team?
Yes, it was Deion Branch, David
Dirty
Patton.
went and got that bag from Seattle and then
know.
didn't put up stats and got traded right back to New England.
and
Man.
started
Put the
balling
stats
in.
back up again.
Yeah, Tom Brady, yeah.
But I mean, TB12 is definitely the greatest of all times. I mean, that's without.
Would you do the
Question
TB12
this
program that he was apparently on, where he drinks like 36 glasses of water a day and stuff? It's stuff that would like kill a normal human.
Oh no!
It might even kill.
Nah,
an elephant.
I'll leave that to him and LeBron. Like LeBron wants
Right.
to put himself in a hyperbaric sleep, coughing every night. if that's what you want to do with your life, that's
Yeah, I couldn't do it if I wanted to. I can't afford it.
fair.
Right.
But, all right, so we have that. Real, you're on. I guess we can go ahead and start the picks as we kind of go through these.
Before we do that, we got some in-show trivia that we want to pose to our audience tonight. Who do you think this is on my shirt? Okay, we'll tell it at the end of the show.
Yes, please.
Who do you think this is on my show?
Your answers.
Please do. Comment.
I'll be very interested.
Yeah, please do.
So all right. So who you guys got tonight? Thursday night football. Cowboys opening up at the Champs.
I definitely have Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Tampa Bay, man.
Y'all already know who I pick, man.
I mean, but honestly, who you think is gonna win? I know who you want to win.
Dallas.
You really think Dallas is gonna win?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to shock the world.
Every year Dallas is that team you want to play on Madden when it first comes out before they update the rosters.
Right.
What happened to that rating?
It's all good.
Hey, well, you know what? Give me Tampa Bay 27-14. I don't think he's going to be that close. I just think that I don't know if the Buccaneers can do it all year long because at some point he's going to take that hit. Like usually the game retires you. Usually the game retires you.
It does.
and Joe Montana never recovered from Lawrence Taylor.
You remember the
He never recovered from
Tonight
Lawrence
may be
Taylor.
that night he catch that Peyton Manning.
Nah, man, it's the Brett Favre. Do y'all remember that last
Brett
game
Favre
he played
said
in New Orleans?
himself.
I seriously thought they were going to hit him and he was just going to poof and be dust like the
No.
drummer in Spinal Tap.
I'm just waiting for that hit to come.
Well,
Father Time's undefeated.
Favre said it
Michael Parsons
himself.
is going to put it on him tonight.
Favre knew after people kept telling him, dude, give it up, lay it down. You've done what you did, man. You did a great career. He played that extra season, and then after the season, he said, I may have played too long. Like, yeah, you think so? Dude, you're gray head.
I'm saying.
He's transitioning into
I'm
Kenny
just
Rogers.
right.
He looks like Kenny Rogers now. I see Brett Favre on cornbread.
So the feature game on Sunday, you have the Browns traveling out to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. Thoughts on that one? Well, what do you think? My personal thought, even though I hate them with all of my soul, my favorite is the Kansas City Chiefs. That team has everything. And
Of course, dude.
Mahomes is just coming into his own, man.
Baker Mayfield's funny. And I mean that literally.
Browns are probably the most hyped team.
No. I'm not
in the
saying
league
that.
this
That's
year.
not what I'm talking about. I mean, he's literally funny. He does good commercials. He has a good sense of
Can't he
humor.
play football?
But no, he can't. That's what I'm saying. The progressive commercial, whatever that commercial company he does the commercials for, or the stadium's his house, he's funny.
Yes.
But the Cleveland Browns are meant to be bad. That is just what it's about.
That's your lot in life, son.
Right, dude.
Go read the Old Testament.
Right.
You were here to be tested.
That's it. They're meant to be bad, dude.
I mean,
They had a decent season last year. Yeah, better.
They have a good defense.
Yeah.
They have a solid offensive line. They got a great running game. And
They're not about to
feel
beat Kansas City.
That Baker can just be, the stabilizer.
People forget
What do you think,
that the
Ray?
Browns almost beat them last year.
Yes, absolutely.
People forget. Now, I'm going to say this. They're not going to beat the Chiefs, but it's going to be a very close game.
Yeah, well, I think that Cleveland should bring back Johnny Manziel, Maserati Manziel. Look, the jersey sold.
Wow.
Bring back Jim Brown.
The jersey
for God's
sold.
sake.
Joe, what say you?
He filled that stadium. People love seeing him.
That's fair.
Maserati Manziel.
Hated that
Hey,
guy.
I love to see him.
I think Kansas City,
The money phone?
Cleveland is actually.
Hey, dude, I love them.
I think they're one of the most
Snorting
intriguing
coke in the
week-long
bathroom?
matchups because Kansas City went out and replaced all 5 of their offensive linemen after the Super Bowl. They realized that the only way you can take down our Lamborghini quarterback is if we don't have a garage for him.
Yeah.
And you all start, and it
They
starts.
got
hailing
Orlando
outside.
Brown Jr. from the
They
Ravens.
got.
I can't believe the
they
Ravens
swapped
traded
the
him.
whole line out, man. So they're going to be going up against Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney's an odd superstar to me because I don't know what it is about him. I don't
Looks
know
like
part of it.
Tarzan plays like James.
I don't want to say that because when he flips
He
that
still
switch,
got that bruised shoulder, man.
when he flips the
Y'all
switch,
leave Clowney alone.
He's elite. You
Yeah.
just don't know when.
No
he's-
excuses in football.
Sometimes he.
Nah,
All right, so we coming up on a minute.
So I'm gonna go with Kansas City,
predictions.
though.
Kansas City. Will,
Kansas City for sure.
Real.
Kansas City.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be that close once again. I think it's going to be a beat down. Last game we're going to pick. Hate it. Monday Night Football. Hate Monday Night Football that the Ravens got dealt 2 more big injuries today. Marcus Peters, possible ACL done for the year. Their Pro Bowl cornerback, as well as Gus Edwards, their bruising power back in that running
you talking
attack.
about the Raiders?
ACL,
Ravens, but they're playing the Raiders.
The Ravens have
on
lost
Monday night.
3 running backs in the last 2
But they
weeks.
still have one of
3
the
of their
best
top 4.
in the NFL at the quarterback position.
And I think this will be a testament. If the Ravens can still go out there and just completely dominate the rushing attack in the NFL, that will prove just how important Lamar Jackson is. If he can get to just pull some running backs off the streets and still lead the NFL in rushing, that would be amazing. But they are taking on my beloved Raiders. They're going on the road to the Black Hole. They're opening up the Death Star in Las Vegas. Fans in the building for the first time in the new Black Hole.
Man, look, for the good times, man, I wouldn't mind seeing the Raiders get a good one in. But hey, as you all know, I'm a
They
player.
have the coldest stadium in
I'm
the
a
league.
player and a coach's fan, and right now, between Teddy Bridgewater and Lamar Jackson, brother, I am a huge fan, and will be. And I don't like seeing either one of them brothers take a loss. I'm sorry. So no, I gotta go. I would throw one up for my brother in heaven to pull for the Raiders, but nah, man, my man Lamar, dude, I like to see him succeed every time he touches the field.
Fair. Joe, what you think?
Man, put Lamar in bubble wrap this season. Like I know I'm joking, but it's almost like, man, just take it as a mulligan year. No young quarterback wants to, but it's like, bro,
I understand what you're saying.
please don't
Yeah,
be.
just don't
I'm
get
not
hurt,
even going
bro.
to say it.
Don't
but
try
you
to
know.
do too much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge order to get over,
That's
though.
rough.
Losing 3 running backs
It's a lot.
in a week.
It's a
But,
lot.
I mean, they're talking about Devontae Freeman and Le'Veon Bell.
But Le'Veon Bell has nothing in the tank, man. They might as well go
Hey,
check
he
around
might
the
have a
bubble.
second round. I mean, he might have a second.
I think
He's
they'd be better
re-energized
served.
Mark Ingram.
A
I think they'd be better
second
served to
win.
go check out those early bird lunch
Man,
buffets and see if you can get Frank Gore.
Javian Hawkins, I think would do very well
Ooh.
with the Ravens. I really do. The young man just left from UofL. So the picks,
Oh,
Ravens, Raiders.
the Ravens, of course. I'm looking for a chance in hell for the Raiders. Y'all ain't see it?
There we go. Ravens.
In my heart, Ravens, but I think the Raiders might pull it out.
Fair.
I've already said the Raiders. The Ravens. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Lamar
give me the
Jackson.
Ravens. The Raiders is going to screw it up.
And by the way-
we already know who's going to win the UofL UK games.
This is Stevie Wonder.
So UofL.
This is Stevie Wonder on my shirt.
UofL UK. Hey, thanks to everybody for checking it in. For Haven Harrington, who's out on assignment, this is Main Event Sports Show on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in.